Hey guys, Luke here, and welcome back to episode 14 of my Rugby League Live 3 Win 1, Take 1 series. And in this episode, I'm going to be taking on the St. George Illawarra Dragons and the South Sydney Rabbitohs. So we're finally into the top 8 sides, and thus far we've only suffered the one defeat, and that was the last episode, and that was to the Manly Sea Eagles, who arguably are a top 8 side or whatever. But I guess you can say the next few episodes and that, well, from here on in, not even just the next few episodes, but from here on in, it's only going to get harder. Dragons, probably not as hard as Manly or anything. We've probably beat a few teams who are, harder to beat than the Dragons. But, it's still not going to be easy beats by any means. They got a few good players on here. Obviously, Dugan, Nightingale is really rated well on here. I'd assume players like Joel Thompson and, Benji Marshall, I think, is like a 89 rated or something. So they've got a great side, and as you can see, Scissor Wonga on the wing. I talked briefly about it last episode, and it didn't actually eventuate last episode. I said that Valentine Holmes would be dropping out of the side at some point. I knew it was coming up. I just thought it was last episode, and it wasn't. But yeah, Scissor Wonga coming in. It's not because I hate Valentine Holmes or anything. It's just because Scissor Wonga is an 87 rated. I think he's winger. I think he's a winger in this game. But yeah, we wanted to throw him in there because I'd seen how good he was in the nines and stuff. And when I used the Raiders in an online game, I thought he was really, really good. And yeah, Valentine Holmes has been great. But I feel like we're missing just a little bit. Like with Radradra, he's got the power and he's got the speed. Valentine Holmes, I felt, just had the speed and the agility. But the strength sort of wasn't there. And I'm hoping Scissor Wonga can come up with, the strength that we need. Now, Israel Folau gets us off to a pretty good start there. Went the short side, and the short side is pretty much a sure thing when you're in that position. And we score our second try of the game. Now, Jamie Soward up against one of his old clubs there, still rocking the Panthers headgear. I believe you can change it, like if you go in and create your own player. But that's the thing, you have to go and create your own player in the fan hub, and I don't want to do that. And our colours aren't that much different to the Panthers, so we're just going to leave it. Now, Ewan Aiken picked off a pass. It was Papali, so a shit pass by Papali. And I've got to say, I was excited to have Papali on the side, but thus far hasn't delivered too much in this game, at least. And as you can see here, his big contribution to the game has been an intercept. So gets Dragons back into the game. And I've got to say, with this game, although intercepts, do happen and that sort of stuff, and especially the knockdowns, it's a lot better in the sense Rugby League Live 2, the only way to lose games was pretty much through intercepts. But right here, I'm not even sure, I think it's Nabuli number 2. He just stepped through a few players, and Nabuli's only 80 rated in this game, so I wasn't really expecting too much, but he seems to be going alright. And right here was, I couldn't believe what happened here. Ben Creagh of all people. I'm not a huge fan of Ben Creagh, even though I did meet him back in 2010, I believe it was, at a State of Origin thing. I played Xbox against him. Forza was the game. But he scored a try against us. How could he? He's betraying us. But the most shocking thing was that Israel Folau got beaten a contest by Ben Creagh, and his Folau didn't even go up for the bomb. I was spamming the shit. I wasn't spamming the shit out of it, because obviously you don't want to do that. But I was pretty sure I got the right sort of jump going. But right here, what a beautiful try that actually was. I was so happy with that one. First off, the delayed offload by I think it was Folau the first time. There was a shitty pass and Folau picked it up, and the offload never was on. It's usually one of those ones where I don't do it because in Rugby League Live 2, you get used to the forward pass from most offloads in that situation. But this game seems to be a lot better, so you can go for it a bit more. And I decided to just go for it. It was kind of near half time, so I thought stuff it, went for it. It pulled off, and then Lola, I think it was Lola here, was in a gap there, and then he had Josh Hoffman in support, but he wasn't there initially, and we threw, it was late as, and I was thinking, man, it's going to be a 4 pass for sure, as soon as I threw it, but obviously nothing happened, and we just, got off to the races there. And then speaking of Lola here, he ended up going himself, very similar to the Folau try, just went for the corner, and it was very, very easy, that one. Now, Joel Thompson here, I think it's Joel Thompson, looks like him, number 12, he comes up with a pretty good run there, Folau stops him, but at this stage, we got Folau back at home. He's fatigued, but he comes up with another big tackle there, this time on Nightingale, and the onslaught continues for the Dragons, constant pressure, this time just coming back to the short side there. Nightingale with his second run in a row there, and both line breaks, but he got tackled pretty convincingly both times by Folau, but Folau is tackled himself there by Josh Dugan, repeats that, and John Thompson creating a bit of space once again. The number 4, I'm not sure if that's Dylan Farrell or whoever it is, but a bit of a ball hog in that situation, and kind of cost the Dragons there, because you saw, put a lot of pressure on the kicker, and we survived that time. But right here, we aren't going to be as lucky. But up until this point, Joel Thompson spills the ball over the line. Well, that's at least what it looks like. And I've got to say, that was a bit of a cluster when it happened. Like, there were so many different emotions going through me then in such a short space of time. There was like it's like a, oh shit, we're going to concede, and then ball popped out, thinking, oh good, we got away with it, and then we kick the ball away, they get it back, and I'm thinking, oh shit, and then they look like they're going over the score, and I'm thinking, oh shit, and then obviously Thompson drops the ball, and I'm thinking, whew, we got away with that one, and made things better. McAuliffe, we went up the other end. I can't remember exactly how we got up there, probably a penalty most likely. But yeah, McAuliffe just went from dummy half, had enough power to get through it, and you know, pretty much game over at this stage. I mean, there's less than 10 minutes to go. We've got a huge lead, and it's not going to be all us, as Joel Thompson just palms off a few players. I think Nightingale initiated the attack there. The kick that we did from Soward, I don't think it was a terrible option or anything. We need to get the ball to a halves player, and it did initially go to a halves player, so needed to shift it a little bit. And I thought Soward was the main man. He's got a pretty good kicking game usually, but Soward coming up with another bad pass, and it seems to be a common theme with Soward. I mean, in the last episode we saw a thing where he just sort of stood off from the ball and conceded a try, and although this time he passed the ball, but it's another, you know, shitty offload, and I don't really know what to think of Jamie Soward. I mean, he seems okay, but we've got other good players as well who we don't have in the side anymore, like Caesar and Peter Wallace, his Panthers teammate. But at this stage, we're going to keep Soward in the side. I mean, we're still winning. James Roberts gets a little offload away after picking up an intercept. I think it's Wonga got it to McAuliffe. McAuliffe with inside pass to Jamie Soward, but Soward couldn't end up scoring the try. But it's not too bad. I mean, 28 to 12 to 22, I should say. We don't get any bonus plays. Would have been nice to actually see that to score that try, so we got the extra bonus player. Because Dragons do, like I said, they do have a few good players. But yeah, oh sorry, we did get one bonus player, I should say. What I meant is we didn't get the second bonus player. We're off by 2 points. But yeah, the 4 players we get. First player, Josh Dugan, the fullback. Pretty much the only sort of great player we got. I mean, we got Georgie Rose, you know, the cult figure. But in terms of, you know, performance base, not really too good there. But Josh Dugan, he will be coming into the side. We will be rearranging the side to fit in Josh Dugan. Don't you worry about that. He'll be going to fullback. Folau will be moving to centres. And I think Cesar Wong will probably drop out. And Josh Hoffman will go to the wing. Now, I picked up a few other average players. I mean, you got Ed and Abuli there, but we're pretty stacked in the wing department. As you can see there, we just added the Edo Nabuli was the last one to go into the side. But moving on to the second game, we're taking on the Rabbitohs, and I don't think this was as entertaining of a game, but still nonetheless, it's going to be a very tough game. You can see our team lineup there. Josh Dugan in the number 1, Israel Folau moving into the centres. Probably his more familiar position in rugby league. I'm not sure. Like, I'm pretty sure if he came back to rugby league right now, he would go to, you know, he'd probably play fullback or something, but I mean, all his career he's played centre or wing, so I'm not sure if the transition would be heaps smooth. I mean, in Union he's been fine, but I'm not sure how much different the Union fullback is to NRL fullback, so I mean, it'd be interesting to see. Hopefully one day we'll get to see that. Maybe in a blue and white jersey, that'd be nice. But Radradra hits a gap there, and that's going to be a perfect way to start the game. And you see Inglis coming across there. Does make contact, but Radradra, he's good enough to end up scoring that try still, even with the contact from Greg Inglis. Now, Jamie Soward has taken over goal-kicking duties with Valentine Holmes dropping out. So we're down to a third string goal kicker maybe. I mean, he's not a bad option. We had Haslam first up. He dropped out for Valentine Holmes, and then Valentine Holmes dropped out for Jamie Soward. Now, right here, Alex Johnson, I thought this was a bit of a bullshit try. I mean, that sort of animation where he pretty much ran onto the ball from, like, standing right next to him. I mean, the dude basically handed him off like a relay baton rather than a pass. It was pretty crazy, but the speed Johnson had, I think that was insane too. But I can't remember if it was a pass or a step. But Johnson is definitely someone who gets talked about a lot as being, you know, a really good player in this game. So hopefully we can pick up a victory over Rabbitohs. There's a lot of great players. Obviously Inglis would be probably number 1 priority in terms of picking up a great player. We'd slide him into the centres or fullback. I don't know where to play him, but he'd find a spot there. You know, there's other players like Dylan Walker and stuff, but Radradra, our own OP player, ends up scoring a try, cuts in, and that's his second try of the game. Just way too easy for Big Semi Radradra, and yeah, I keep talking about in every episode he scores a try. what's his record for scoring, and I don't know if anyone's keeping count. I'm not keeping count, but if I was, I'd assume he's probably scored a lot of tries for us, and he's already scored 2 this game. Maybe he can score more. Josh Dugan just threw a gap here. I don't know if anything would be different with Israel Folau, but I think they're rated actually pretty similar there. I've had a look at their their pace and strength and all that, and it's pretty similar. But Radradra picks up his 3rd try with a spectacular dive into the corner, and I thought that was really nice. In hindsight, maybe should have thrown in a replay or something of that, but yeah, I thought it was really nice. Just went for the gap, and we scored a few similar tries like that with Josh Hoffman in the centres. But yeah, we find ourselves with Radradra in the centres a fair few times this game. It's a bit strange, but you can see there, we're not entirely happy with the scoreline. I mean, I thought just before half time, I don't know how many opportunities we're going to get in that field range or whatever, in that in that area. So I thought may as well take a crack at field goal. Obviously didn't work out, and Rabbitohs benefited greatly. I mean, they're on the front foot right from the get-go, and we were in massive trouble. They continue to open us up left, right and centre here, and now they're going to get the ball here. They put in a grubber, and you think it's all good. Josh Dugan, I saw where it was going, I went to it, and Josh Dugan doesn't even try and pick it up, and they dive over. Well, they don't dive, they pick it up as well. That's another weird thing on this game. Teams don't seem to be able to dive on the ball. Like on Rugby Live 2, I put in that many grubbers where I didn't control the team, and my teammate would dive onto the ball. This time, they will pick up the ball, but that's they're in the in goal. They'll pick up the ball and then put it down, and a lot of the times they end up dropping it, which is a little bit strange. And fortunately for us, that wasn't one of the times, as I think it was Inglis who scored the try off an Adam Reynolds kick. But yeah, 16-12 half-time. It's a pretty good scoreline, and I was feeling pretty comfortable with it at the time. And Radradra here, is he going in for his 4th try here? Radradra, unstoppable. It's pretty much, we're going for the Parramatta tactic. Throw it to Radradra and hope for the best, and it's working out pretty well there. See, Soward nearly missed that goal. Only missed the one, which was maybe the kick before. But yeah, Soward, pretty good kicker in this game, and I do like the left-footers. For some reason, left-footers in every single thing, I think, seem to do things a lot better. It just looks so much smoother, I reckon. But we blow a chance there. I thought it was a great opportunity, and right here, I think it's Adam Reynolds, just takes it straight around Dugan, and nothing we could really do there. It was just, I wasn't really expecting the change of direction, the step or whatever. It wasn't really a step, but you know what I mean. The same stuff we do to defenders. We got too flat-footed a little bit. Maybe not flat-footed, but I think you understand what I'm talking about. Now right here, Rabbitohs about to hit the lead as they score a try. We completely screw this up. Now, there was 10 minutes to go, and I'm thinking, just play it pretty safe. I mean, you don't want to go too conservative. You want to make a few meters, but you don't want to play stupid, and we went straight into it just like seconds after I was thinking that. Now, one of the last rolls of the dice, I mean, we could have went for a kick and maybe went for one more set, but we went for it right here. Sonny Bill, as he's done many times, tried to take around the fullback. This time didn't pay off. Now, I wouldn't have had to make that option had James Roberts or whoever was on the outside didn't run straight past him, so that was really frustrating, and we lose our 2nd game of the 13-a-side sets of games. So very disappointing. It seems we've finally come up against some good opponents, and we're not being able to take them on. We've been able to match it with them for a bit, but yeah, in the end, losing 2 players with this game. So Tim Manor being one of them, off the bench, 83 rated. He was one of our better props, so we can replace him. He's replaceable, but I'd rather not. And then Joshua Parley, obviously 87 rated, I think, a great player, but hasn't really shined for us, is what I'm trying to say. So you can see us taking them out of the side there, but yeah, they are big losses in their own little ways. Not huge in terms of game changing, but would rather have them in the side for sure. Anyways, that's where the video is going to end. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you can leave a like, be very much appreciated. Subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Twitter at MrLukeMYT. Facebook page in the description below. And yeah, check out my other videos. I'll see you later, guys. Bye.